Welcome to another exciting edition of the You Name It podcast with Davin and Jerry.
Hold on, Jerry!
That was a new one. That was
Yep.
a new thing for me to say. I don't know about you, but
Yeah.
let's see.
Well, it's a new year. Come on.
Yeah, and we just did one, as you all know, on Sunday, and now it's Thursday. Thursday, the 14th of Janvier.
Thirsty Thursday.
Yeah, that means January in French, in case you didn't know.
Oh, I didn't know. I don't care.
You didn't care, did you?
No, not at all.
Why'd you got to bring up Thirsty Thursday? I want to hear.
I don't know. They're doing some stupid trivia thing today.
They are.
For Thirsty Thursday, yeah, I didn't.
Just speak cryptically so the audience has no idea what you're talking about. People do stuff at work. They're doing a Thirsty Thursday thing.
Yeah.
It's probably going on right now, but since
Yep.
we work early shift, it's well after work. Davin does his own Thirsty Thursday every single day.
Yeah,
week,
wanted you to join me today for tasting that new Stella, but you're not prepared.
No, I wasn't prepared, so blame it on me, everybody, because I wasn't thinking about that.
Maybe next show.
I'm going to move my show notes up to the top monitor in the high-end studio I'm in.
Yeah.
And then we can jump right into some topics.
Yeah, what do you
it's
got?
time for topics.
What do you got this week, Jerry?
Let's see. We've got all kinds of stuff. We have a cornucopia of topics. We have... I don't know what we've got. We've got a bunch of stuff, but let's start with some listener topics.
Okay.
Listener Brad from Indianapolis writes in, "Happy day, sir. I witnessed a coworker eating his sandwich today at a deli and requested 2 dill pickle spears. Then he went on to peel them. Yes, took a knife and peeled the pickle meat from the skin. Then ate the skin and left the cold, lifeless pickle laying there like a fucking deer carcass. It was then I realized I need to get away from this serial killer and call the police." So I think what Brad is asking us is, has anybody ever heard of people just eating pickle skins?
Doing weird shit. Oh, God.
Have you? Devin, you're the foodie. You know all about food. Is that a thing?
No, but like cucumbers, when I'm putting cucumbers in like a pasta salad, I cut the seeds out, the middle guts, and discard of those, and just
Well, I
so I
think
guess that
people
might
do
be
that.
the carcass.
I think I've seen people do that, but not just the skin.
Right.
I want some pickle skin. Hey, I need some pickle skin. Why would you not eat the as he said, the pickle meat? Why would you just eat the skins?
Hell.
I don't know. That's weird. I guess you've got nothing on that one, but
No, I do. I do the same thing with tomatoes too, where there's still meat on it. I just get rid of the seeds. So maybe this person was just overly aggressive.
Oh, so maybe it was a giant mistake on their part.
Right. They cut too much off and said, "Fuck it."
They don't know how to use their pickle skinning knife.
Yeah. Well, usually you're getting a plastic knife in a plate. You never know.
Never know.
Yep.
That's for sure. You don't know. So that was Brad.
That was a good question, and it proves that we've got listeners out there somewhere.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. I didn't really pull up some stuff. I think Jimmy from down south had some stuff, but it's been a little while because I think he was asking stuff before we went on hiatus for the holidays. How do you open shit the way you're supposed to?
I don't know. These
Open
people
in Messenger.
Need to tell us how they're feeling with the new current state of the union and all that other stuff. And personally, how you feeling? You holding up? Everyone dealing with Corona and all that other crap? Send us a message at our Gmail address. Jerry knows it. I don't.
You do too. You name it podcast at gmail.com. So this is weird. I can't see the attachment that Jimmy sent. There was just a link, like where it'll say Facebook link, but it'll say unavailable. This content isn't available right now. I'm going to guess that it's about stimulus. because right at the same time he wrote, Bishop Seagull got his check. Champ gear next. You know what that is, right?
Bishop
How do you not know that? The bishop got his check. Champ
okay.
gear next.
Oh, nice.
Remember how he wasn't saying champion, he was saying champ. I'm going to get myself some champ gear.
So the homeless guys all got their check. That's why we haven't seen them in a while.
Yeah, we have not seen very many. Gordy made a reappearance today.
Yeah, and he was looking disheveled a little bit.
He was not looking good, no.
No.
Like, for a while there, he was the one that we called the mayor because he was wearing a sport coat and just hanging around down there, which is strange.
Yeah, but we haven't seen the homeless power couple in a while.
No, but Gordy looked like he got run through the ringer. I don't know what's wrong with his hair's all fucked up.
Yep.
Standing around goofy-eyed.
Somebody beat him up to steal his mayor's jacket.
Yeah, steal his mayor's jacket. Some of his friends stole his mayor's jacket. Okay, what else we got? I thought Jimmy had some more stuff. Like he made fun of himself about that whole Ferris wheel deal.
Yeah.
And all that crap, and then was sending me other stuff, but I don't see it right now. It's just regular stuff. There's something I can't show you because we don't have the rights to it. Okay. But I can tell you what it was. He wanted to teach us a few things regarding the difference between little people, midgets, and dwarfs. And he was sending a link to Howard Stern's show where he was interviewing Hank the Angry Drunken Dwarf, who then talked about it. But we can't really play that. You know, we don't own that stuff. It's not going to help anyway because Davin will still just refer to anybody the way he feels at the time.
That's true. Well, I know there's a height differential thing and there's they walk different.
I don't think you know any of that. I think you're making that up.
Well, it's based on height.
Is it? Don't make me look this shit up right now. Now I got to look it up. Difference between midgets
and dwarfs. Once again, utilizing your Google search, which probably has some interesting things on there.
Yeah, see? It's not a height thing. The main difference between a midget and a dwarf is that a midget has normal bodily proportions.
Yeah. And
a dwarf is an unusually small person with abnormal body proportions. So it has more to do with, like, arm length and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, what about the height thing?
There isn't really a mention of heights except for they say that usually a dwarf is less than 58 inches tall. But it says with abnormal bodily proportions.
Okay.
Is this going to help you in your everyday life now?
I don't think so.
I don't think it will either.
No, I'm still going to refer to them the way I refer to them.
But I just go with little people. Isn't that the way we do it now?
Little people, big world.
Yeah, it's just little people. I'm good with that.
Okay. They might not be.
No, I think they chose that because there's a Little People of America Foundation and stuff like that.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of, little kids. I don't know if I've done this before, but I have this as a show note. You know when you meet someone's kids and they're like little kids, 3 years old, 4 years old, maybe tops, 4 years old, and they look at you and they hide behind their parents' legs and stuff.
Yeah.
And they stare at you like they're terrified. They're not necessarily, they don't hate you because it might look that way. It's just that you're a fucking giant when you're talking to them.
It's true.
They treat you like anyone would treat a giant when they're talking to them. You imagine that? I mean, right now it'd be like you looking at somebody who is like 27 feet tall. You know, dude, relax. I'm not trying to attack you. I'm saying hello.
So what do you do to solve that? Do you get down on their level, or does that scare them even more?
I have no idea. I was just trying to explain to everybody that when you meet a new little kid and they look like they're afraid of you, it's because you're a fucking giant. That's why.
Good
That's
advice.
just the straight dope right there, man. That's the facts.
Yep. Try not to
And
step
I felt
on
that
'em.
that would be helpful, and I thought maybe you would appreciate me helping people.
We help a lot of people here on the show, Jerry.
Yeah, so far today, no.
No.
We haven't helped anyone. Let's see. Maybe we can turn the corner with this one. Listener Baby Daddy.
Nate.
Nate is his name.
Nathan.
Right? Nathan. We call him Baby Daddy because he just had a child himself.
Yep.
Well, with his partner, woman, I guess.
Well,
I'm guessing.
If she had a baby, man, probably.
Yeah.
You never know these days. He might have adopted.
He works with us on this construction job site. And on this construction job site, they have decided, and I think you know this, that we're not allowed to use regular human bathrooms. So we have to go out in the street and go to a line of porta-johns that are just sitting on the street in downtown Detroit.
Let's just call them homeless homes.
Because that's what happens, too. I mean, you go in the next day, and there's bags of food and stuff in there. Like someone's been sitting in there trying to keep warm all night.
Yep.
And you might ask us why they wouldn't be locked. Well, it seems like there's a plan to lock them, but I don't know if it's working. I have no idea.
I think after the first week, they lost some of the locks, and they just never replaced them.
Yeah, because who cares about us?
Yep.
Anyway, Baby Daddy was sort of upset because he didn't know what good hand sanitizer would be. Because they have these hand sanitizer dispensers, I guess you'd say, on the walls on the insides of them. And you don't really want to touch anything in there with COVID going on and all the rest of that. So I bring a hand sanitizer with me to use my own because I don't even want to touch their machine. But he was saying we need a hand washing station out there because what good, he says this, people, what good does hand sanitizer do anyway? If you put it on a turd, what's it going to do? It's still going to be a turd. I had to stop for a second and think about this. And I informed him that he might not be explaining this correctly because the objective of hand sanitizer is not to put it directly on the turd.
Right.
To put it on your hands, Baby Daddy. He was laughing.
But then he said, well, what if you got turd on your hand? Like, why would you have turd on your hand?
I don't know. His whole point was that, what if someone got shit on their hands? You can't wash it off with hand sanitizer.
What's he wiping with his hand?
It's not going to work. Right. Well, that's what it's just a funny thing because I'm wondering myself why he thinks anybody's going to have shit on their hands or why they would be putting hand sanitizer on a turd because he said turd.
Well, here's my advice for him. You've got a new baby. Bring in baby wipes.
Wait, you just nailed it.
Yep.
The reason why he's thinking people get shit on their hands is because he's got a baby, and you will get shit on your hands because you can't with a baby around. You're always going to have that happen.
Yep.
So he's right. So here's the answer: don't bring the baby to work.
Yeah, to shit all over the porta-john, right?
He's probably going to be mad because we were making fun of that, but he knew as soon as I told him that you weren't supposed to put it directly onto the turd that his point wasn't really being. We were kind of mismanaging his point for him.
Yeah, I don't think it would disinfect the whole turd anyway. So
that's his point. He was saying that what's that going to do? He also wanted us to talk about the stimulus bill. Now, didn't we yell about it last week? We yelled about, stop putting a bunch of bullshit into the stimulus bill.
Yep.
And now I don't know because he reminded us that there was something in the stimulus bill that he thought was great. And that's all the intelligence agencies had 180 days to release all of their UFO information. And that was part of the stimulus bill. So we're in this 180-day period where we're waiting for them to release information about whether or not there are UFOs and what they do and don't know about them. They're not UFOs. What did we say they were? Unidentified
S something.
Let me click a link. Let me see what it says.
They renamed it for some stupid reason.
Yeah.
Not unidentified flying object anymore. It's aerial something or other.
Yeah, Newsweek's saying, oh, there it is. UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena. Like they needed to do that. UFO wasn't good enough. It means the same fucking thing. It's not good enough. The words we needed to change because they're bored, probably. And so they're supposed to release the all the classified shit that they've had. President Trump says, come on, it's time. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah.
So right now, everybody... Oh, go ahead.
Wait till we find out who all the aliens are.
Oh, you think there's aliens here with us?
Oh, I'm sure there are.
Like who? Bill at work?
Oh, no, Bill's got his own theories.
Bill at work says that we're all just an alien experiment.
They dropped us here to see how we would do.
Yeah, they're poking us with sticks, right?
Yep.
Look at that fat guy. Let's poke him with a stick and watch him run. That's what we are to the aliens.
Well, they made dwellings and buildings and stuff. They're more
see, if one of
advanced than
those
we
aliens
thought.
showed up, we would look at them like a little kid looks at an adult. Like they, we'd be terrified because they could probably be giants, or at least strange enough to know that they're way more powerful than we are. So be prepared. The CIA yesterday released some stuff, a whole bunch of documentation about the unidentified aerial phenomenon stuff, but nobody found anything cool in it.
Right.
We're waiting on everybody else to put all theirs back there.
I wonder if that's going to include like Area 51 and some of that stuff too.
I hope so. I mean, I don't know what you think about that stuff. It's weird because I thought that earlier in life I was one of these I believe in UFO stuff, and I don't remember what I would be believing at this point. I think it's cool to think that they're out there.
Right.
But I don't have any personal stories about, I saw this thing land in the woods and I couldn't say the word orange anymore, or whatever happens to you. Do you have one?
No, I've never seen a UFO before. I think
Did
they're
you ever
out
think
there.
you had to say that?
No. I think they're probably out there. But I've heard stories of people who saw them. But
Mulder
than
and
that-
Scully think the truth is out there.
yeah.
I don't know that. I'd like to talk to somebody who has a UFO story. So maybe if you people get up off your ass and start communicating with us, we'd be able to put you on the show. We could talk about UFOs maybe. Wouldn't that be fun? Tell your story. We won't make fun of you. I promise I'll pretend to believe you the whole time we're talking.
Right.
I wonder if Don Trump thinks that there's aliens and that's why he's doing this.
What if he is an alien?
Or do you think maybe he's just saying, you know what? I want to do something that's going to make everybody happy. Everybody on all sides. I'm going to force the government to tell us the truth about UFOs. Yeah. Or scare the shit out of the entire country and world.
Well, the probably the reason he wants to release it is he was going through that little book again, the Book of Secrets, and he accidentally spilled coffee on the page that has UFOs on it. So now he's like, oh, fuck. I got to cover my ass on this one.
Well, you think that they, like, are you saying that when he got into office, they gave him a little book of secrets?
Of all the stuff.
And he spilled coffee on it.
Yeah, on the alien page. So now he wants to release it to cover his ass before Biden gets in.
That's pretty funny. It's like he lost his, he doesn't want to get charged for it.
He doesn't
like
want to
at
get
a library. You damaged the little book of secrets, Trump.
You fucker.
Well, I guess we don't have to worry about it now that you made everybody release all the secrets. Something here is strange, too. It's saying unidentified aerial phenomenon, also known as anomalous aerial vehicles. I can't even say it. Anomalous aerial vehicles. Why do they have to have all this weird talk?
So you can't look it up.
I think that might be right. If we confuse everybody, they don't know what we're saying. They won't realize that there are aliens and that they run the whole show. Could be.
Yep. Hey, we changed you want the UFO stuff? Here's the UFO stuff. That's all from the 50s. We changed the name, so now you have to specify.
Yeah, right. We're creating some legal loopholes here. in the conversation. Oh, man. What do you got, Davin? I don't want to burn through all mine. I got a couple left here.
Oh, well, I got one that's, it could be touchy. Could be a little touchy situation here because my thoughts.
What is it that we have to worry about editing out of the show?
Oh. So there was a news story this weekend out in Clarkston, Michigan, at one of the gun ranges. Now, the gun ranges, you can basically go in, you rent a gun, and, it's a indoor shooting range, and you can shoot stuff.
Yeah, they have them all over the country, all over the world, I'm sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, they had a guy come in, and he rented a gun, and then he blew his head off.
Okay. That's so weird to start with. Like, why would you go? Well, I guess if you don't own a gun, it's a good way to do that. I guess. Not that anyway's a good way, Jerry, but you know what I mean.
Yep. See, my thoughts were that would be your plan B.
That's your. So right. What you're? I mean, we'll make an assumption that because the world has gone to shit with the pandemic and everybody losing their jobs and everything, that there's probably financial matters. You think?
Right. Oh yeah, that and. You would, suicide rates. I'm not making fun of suicide by any means. I don't want listeners to freak out. But if you got to that point, wouldn't you make that your plan B and maybe have plan A, robbing a bank or something else, or doing some?
Well, that's a good point, really. You
got nothing to lose.
Like if your whole deal for suicide is that you're in financial trouble, yeah, you could just do a non-violent crime. Like you can go maybe do like a Vegas heist with 11 friends or 10 friends.
10 friends or 12 friends even.
Because you could always do the plan B, You could do that from prison if you get caught, but at least you got a shot at this thing. Get
a shot at it. Jerry says he's got a shot at it. I
mean it that way. Or like you could try dealing drugs, possibly. I hear you can make a lot of money that way.
Yep.
So really what we're doing here is we're encouraging people to not commit suicide, which is
There's always other options
to take. Don't do it. There's other options. If you're in financial trouble, turn to other types of crime.
Yeah, and we're not telling you to hurt other people.
No, nonviolent crime is what I'm saying.
Yep.
But it's a strange thought, though, that you couldn't think of anything else to do.
And then I feel bad for, I hope they got a credit card ahead of time for the rental and everything.
Oh, yeah. So don't commit suicide ever, anyone. And also think about how that affects other people. Like, who wants to clean that up? You know? It's a horrible thing. You don't need to put that gun range person through that. So what do you mean credit card ahead of time? You think that's part of the rental fee? They got that built in?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure they charge them before they go in after they rent it, but make sure it goes through, because you never know if you're renting guns.
Oh, man. Whatever. I'm not in any way against guns and gun ranges and all that. I'm against suicide. I'm also against the idea of doing it for the wrong reasons. Not that there's any right reasons, Davin.
Yeah.
But you have other options. Make it a plan Z. Try a bunch of other shit before you do that.
Well,
Public service announcement brought to you by the You Name It podcast, helping people daily.
Talking about suicide.
Yeah, just drop it. I'm trying to get out of it. I'm trying to segue the hell out of this uncomfortable situation.
What else you got,
yell
Jerry?
About something. You want to yell about something? Don't have a dog unless you can take care of it correctly. You have to be there with the animal. You can't just tie it on a chain outside all day long through the winter and shit like that.
You
Let
know
it be
someone that's
barking
doing
out
that?
there. Everybody knows someone who's doing that. How many? You just walk outside of your house right now, you probably hear dogs barking in the yard. Not that they're in that position, but a lot of times it's because people just, I want a big dog and I want to put it in my yard and let it sit and rot by itself on a chain. Like, don't have a dog unless you're going to be like a part of the dog's life,
Yeah.
Bring it in the house.
That's like having a kid and sitting in front of a video game all day. Get outside, kid.
No, that's what you're supposed to do as a parent these days. Push your kid in front of the TV and video games and then go off and do your own thing. That's called parenting.
Okay, Jerry.
All right. I hope they see the sarcasm in that. We get in big trouble with this lately. They're telling people to commit crimes and not to parent. That's not what we're saying. Just treat your dog like a human should treat a dog.
Yep.
Unless, of course, it's a bulldog. People are like, what the fuck? What do you mean?
Where did that come from?
Well, bulldogs are broken. You know, is there any redeeming value in a bulldog? They're just, they can't breathe, they can't see right, they can't walk. It's like they got the dog recipe wrong, and it came out all screwed. It's like that, The Fly. Remember that movie where they put and it came out all screwed up, half fly, half human?
Yeah.
They screwed up the bulldog recipe. I mean, the day that a bulldog is born, they start end-of-life care because the thing's constantly taken to the vet.
Oh, we're just pissing everybody off. Is there anyone you haven't pissed off yet today, Jerry?
Look at the bulldog. He's so cute, drooling and can't see and has a ear infection and his anal glands are extended.
So we got little people mad at us. We got the gun people mad at us. We got the people who want to commit suicide mad at us. And now we got the bulldog owners mad at us.
Yeah, I like bulldogs enough. I just find that they're just really kind of... Doesn't it seem like they're always on the edge of death, a bulldog? That's what I'm saying. I'm not against them. I want you to take care of it. Be a part of that bulldog's life, however short it may be. That's all. You're right. This is a mean show, Dan.
Well, it started out mean before we even got on the air, Jerry. You were not in the best of moods.
No. Having some... Why? Because of the technical difficulties?
Yep.
Yeah. Let's just not tell everybody. Just shit's not working right in the studio here. Let's talk about something better. I have a good thing. Finally, I have a good thing. DoorDash. Do you use that service?
No, I don't.
Well, it's too bad because it's a very good service that brings you food that's bad for you. No, I'm just kidding. Go down the wrong path with that one. People out there, everybody knows what that is. They deliver. You can order from all these restaurants. They deliver it to you, and it's pretty problem-free for the most part.
Okay.
Because I had a problem where they screwed up an order. And I can't even remember exactly what happened. The whole point of this thing, though, isn't that they screwed up an order. You learn some stuff because they do a good job, and then when they screw up an order and they swapped something out I didn't even order, it was wrong, and something else is missing, I usually don't say anything. But I tried to contact the driver, who then told me the obvious. I have no idea of what you ordered. They just go pick it up. They're not in charge of checking it against anything. The drivers are just picking the bag up, and it's all up to the restaurant to make it right. So we should start there. I didn't know that.
Okay.
But then I contacted DoorDash, and this is an amazing thing that happened. They said, would you like your money back, or would you like a reorder? And I decided, because I was really looking forward to whatever it was I was going to eat, that I wanted a reorder. And not only did they do a reorder, they added some items to it, and gave me $15 credit on top of it.
Wow. That's customer service, Jerry.
That's what I'm saying. DoorDash is good, people.
Okay.
It's a good, happy thing. Everybody should enjoy some DoorDash, who's not a sponsor. Don't get me wrong with that one. I'd let you know if they were a sponsor.
Right. I've got a show note about Postmates. Have you heard of that delivery place?
Is that a food one, too?
Yeah.
Postmates. I've heard of it. I don't know what it is, though.
Yeah, I really didn't know what the fuck it was either, and I called for a Chinese. There's one Chinese place in our area that I go to, and I was going to pick it up. So I went to their website, and it says to order for pickup, click here. And I clicked there, and I didn't realize that it took me to the Postmates page.
Okay. And
Same
not
menu.
knowing what that is, right? It just seemed like a service. Like,
So,
for instance, I think it's just to be on your side with it. I think there's one of them, like Happy's Pizza or something near us. When you do an online order, it shuttles you to a third-party website thing.
well, that's what this one did.
Yeah, okay.
And
Yeah.
I ordered through them, and it tells me, okay, your order will be ready in 15 minutes. Okay, so I go, get to the restaurant, and they're like, well, what's your order number? I said, I don't know. I ordered online. Well, you need an order number.
Okay.
And I showed her the confirmation that it said it was supposed to be ready now. And she's like, we haven't even started that's you ordered through Postmates.
Yeah, you got to deal with them.
So they
Right.
just started making the order when I arrived. And I ended up paying about 25% more to pick it up myself.
I don't get
waste
that
of money.
either. So you'll be able to tell that DoorDash isn't a sponsor because of what I'll say next. They have a pickup option too. I don't know why you need that.
No.
I don't know why you need to order through your phone for a pickup order when you can use the phone to call the restaurant and place a pickup order. You don't need DoorDash to facilitate something, doing it for yourself. You don't need them to help you.
So I'm just curious if Postmates is just taking the menu of these places and scanning them, changing the prices to match their prices, and then posting them online and putting a big order for pickup or delivery here when you go to hit the webpage of the, and kind of hijacking the customer ahead of time.
Right. Like they're just inserting themselves into the middle and tricking people into thinking that you're communicating with the real restaurant. And it's not.
Right.
It's them. It's their version.
Because originally I tried
upped
to
all the prices by 20% and then placed the order for you.
Right, because originally I tried to call in the order and I kept getting the busy signal because it was a busy weekend night and the only Chinese restaurant in town. So, oh well.
I guess I don't get what how this thing broke down for you because you placed the order through Postmates, I guess.
Evidently.
They told you it was ready for pickup. You got there and they were unaware of.
No, everyone waiting in line had an order number, and they never sent me an order number or confirmation number or any of that stuff. They just sent me the page that I showed the lady on my phone that here's what I ordered. Oh, okay. And then she proceeded to basically write it up.
Oh, I get you. Yeah, you paid Postmates so you can go over there and place an order in person.
Right.
Terrible. What a terrible thing you had to. I'm so sorry for you, Davin, that you had to deal with that in your life.
No, it just sucks.
It's the food ordering place of the future.
The future.
You can do it in the future. You can do it all yourself. You don't need a service to bring it to you. We'll help you do it yourself in the future.
You watch some of those videos, don't you?
I watch all those future videos. When they people are probably confused. When you back at, let's say let's pick a time. 1949. Walk with us through the home of the future. In the future, you will have a vacuum cleaner. It's always like, in the future, people will be communicating through movie phones. You'll be able to hear and see your loved ones with a movie phone. It's always all wrong, too. Won't the little lady be so happy when a robot washes the dishes?
Yeah, they didn't predict phones back then. It's like, no, who would have known?
Dick Tracy had the watch. He was
Right.
The cartoon character had the watch that
The iPhone watch.
you can do right now. Dick Tracy would be so happy if he were alive today.
What were some of the other things that they predicted? Well, obviously the automobiles taking off, but they're not flying yet.
Yes, the flying car is not available, not for, regular consumption, as they say, for consumers.
I don't think this is all alien technology that the government stole, and that's why we're so ahead of the curve right now.
Oh, I think there's a way better reason why we don't have flying cars, because you can make flying cars. And the reason we don't have them is because people are stupid. Because they be smashing into each other in the sky now.
Yep.
And that's what they don't want that. You do not want to be flying around in your flying car with the neighbors you live by. Anyone. I mean everyone out there. I can already tell you right now they hate their neighbors. So the neighbors they live by.
You've got a thick beef with your neighbor, don't you? He's got his bulldog outside barking.
My fictional neighbor. Just a composite of all the things I hate. Yeah. He's a doctor. That overcharges and schedules way too many people at the same time. He's got
things
a bulldog.
Jerry hates.
But I don't hate bulldogs.
I found out today you hate.
If you think of things I really hate, you'll like this, Dan. My neighbor, the doctor who overschedules, he's also the inventor of every tiny light in a hotel room.
Yep, things Jerry hates. Drunk really driving's a scam, right?
Yeah, drunk driving is a scam. I don't. There's not enough time to start drunk driving as a scam thing.
You went into a rant today, and I was like, wow, he's making sense.
Yeah. We should probably do it next. Here, I'll write it down for next week. Drunk driving is a scam.
Yeah, they're not fixing.
Let's not
people.
pretend that out there, everybody who's listening, that you've never driven drunk before. You know, every single one of you has. Next week, I'll tell you why it's a scam, though. It'll be a good thing for us.
Because you're all alcoholics.
Yeah, I'm not saying that either. Quit attacking the audience this week. I'll leave you with this one, Davin Christensen, and friends and family and listeners out there in the world. There's a place downtown called Detroit Donut.
Okay.
And do you know what? And it says it right on the sign. It says they have the best tasting coffee you can buy.
Okay.
And what does that mean? What is that even supposed to mean, Detroit Donut? Where? Is it the only in the world?
The coffee you
make at home? Is it the best tasting coffee you can buy in the store? Can you grow and make better coffee, and they want you to know it? That it's restricted to coffee that you can buy. That's it.
Even if you're making coffee at home, you're buying it. I don't
get their point. There's a weirdest advertising thing I've seen in a while. And there's going to be a lot of people out there in the audience saying, I don't know what he's even talking about. Jerry I don't know this one. The problem I have with it is they specified that it's the best tasting coffee that you can buy. It's not just the best tasting coffee in Detroit, they've restricted it now. Out of all the coffees that you can buy, this is the best tasting, and it's bothering me. It's like OCD over marketing, I guess. I don't know.
Well, and taste is like an opinion anyway.
You know, you can get free coffee that tastes way better than ours, but this is the best you can buy. I'm going to go talk to that guy across the street at Detroit Donut.
Maybe they're asking people to steal their coffee. So there's your plan A.
You think that that's their point? That maybe...
Don't buy it.
I don't know. Would it still taste as good if you steal it?
It would be the best ever. Right? It'd still be the best.
Only if you buy it, according to the information.
Oh, fuck.
If you steal it, it's not going to taste good anymore.
That's true, according to their sign.
I wonder how many people tuned out already.
I would imagine all the Bulldog owners, anyone who's little.
We didn't attack little people.
UFO people.
We explained little people. We didn't say one negative thing about them.
Anyone who
I said negative things about Bulldogs. I didn't say that I didn't like them either. I just said they just
anyone
appeared
that
to be
chains their dog
dying.
outside.
Yeah, that's the one. But
people who put hand sanitizer on poop.
Yeah. That also seems like a dumb thing to do, so I don't feel bad about that. We didn't tell people to commit suicide. We told them not to.
Right. And don't do it somewhere where someone's got to clean it up.
Yeah, let's see if we can get this straight now. I'm gonna cut and paste something. It'll be fun. Cut and paste. These are topics for next week, and we'll give you a teaser. because we're going to talk about drunk driving and what the problems with that whole law or set of laws is. And we're also going to tell retail theft stories next week.
Oh, okay.
Davin might have forgotten about that being a topic at work.
Yep.
But next week we're going to tell you about the scams that we've heard of from, say, to put it this way, it's probably these are stories of people who are teenagers and trying to get away with shit when they're at work.
Some of them might be hypothetical.
Let's just pretend most of them are alleged and hypothetical. That never happened. But I got some good ones.
Nice.
I think that's our show, Davin. I hope that people will still come back and listen after they've heard this one.
Yep. What a bad show.
We'll survive. We've had really shitty shows in the past. This is, 183 of them, so they can't all be beautiful.
This is true. Hopefully we'll get our audio issues taken care of next week, so we'll be in better moods.
Yeah, I just can't buy anything. Just so you know out there in listener land, we don't ask people to pay for this show, but a byproduct of not asking for money is not having any. And makes it difficult to invest in newer gear that isn't screwing up on me.
That isn't 15 years old.
Oh, it's way more than 15 years old.
Is it 25?
For the tech people out there, it's a Mackie 1604
wow.
analog mixing board. And I use it so I can route things like you're supposed to be able to.
Basically, they were going to throw it out and someone gave it to you.
Pretty much. That's the story with that.
Just don't use this portion of the board and you'll be fine for now.
Well, it's one of those things where it just seems like it's starting to fall apart. But I guess seeing as it's probably, I would have to guess it might be over 20 years old. You know?
Yep.
I was using one of these back in the 90s even.
Yep, and when I was 20 years old, I didn't want to work, so maybe.
That's true. That's a good point.
Yep.
That's your best joke of the entire show right there. Which will lead us next week into the retail theft stories from when you were 20 years old.
Okay, guys.
Let me specify. This is retail theft stories means that you work there and you're scamming them. Just, you'll hear some confessions from me next week. I don't know about Davin, but you'll hear a couple of good ones.
I had a few up in college.
There you college, always a good excuse.
Yep.
So I was trying to learn.
Well, that and you're broke when you're in college.
Yeah. I feel like I'm in college now.
Yeah, I know.
All right, I'll stop talking, Davin. You say that thing you say at the end of every single show.
Pop wheel, guys.